But before all that, my first guest is a true icon of Irish music who has wide audiences around the world for over 4 decades. However, this year she's decided to call time on a truly stellar career with her last ever tour. Before she sails into the sunset, though, we are delighted she's here to celebrate with us tonight with one of her absolute classics, Katie. Please welcome Mary Black.
Tumbling curls of green by stained glass streaming light and a yellow-colored lampshade used to keep us up all night, and a smile upon your face, the tears upon your cheek, and the night sky on the window, and your heart calling out to me. Come running home again, Katie. Come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye? The mirror that won't talk, and your nightgown on the door, and the old singer, oh, just don't sing no more. You can roll the reels for hours from the movie of this book. It's a question mark on this heart of mine, sentinel about to look. Come running home again, Katie. Come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye, Katie? Now I'm looking through a tunnel back into the room with the genius of a druid when the sunlight floods the tomb. And I'm never going back there, and I couldn't turn away, 'cause though I made the great escape, I never got away. Come running home again, Katie. Come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye? Come running home again, Katie. Come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye, Katie?
Mary Black! Good to see you.
Lovely to see you.
There you go. Wow. That was amazing.
Oh, thanks so much.
That was so good. I was watching you, I was watching our audience watching you, and I'm looking at a question here that says you're going out for the very last time on the road. I can't quite believe it. Why now?
Well, I suppose we've been thinking about it for a while. And, you know, every year I kind of say, maybe it's time, maybe it's time. And a few things happened this year, We had 2 new additions to the family. We have 2 new babies, only 3 weeks between them. Indy is 5 and a bit months, and Joni is 6 months, so lots going on at home. I don't know, I just don't want to be too old I don't want to be too old to enjoy my retirement. You know, I've been on the road for over 40 years, you know, and, you know, it takes its toll. A lot of work behind the scenes as well. People think you just step up on stage and you sing for an hour and a half and that's it. It's a lot of prep and a lot of work behind the scenes. And Joe, my husband, does a lot of it too. So it'll free us up, you know. It'll
free you up a wee bit. I mean, lots of fans around the world, Mary, lots of fans here in Ireland. What's their response been to the news that this is it and this is the last tour?
Oh, it's a huge response. I'm actually very overwhelmed because I thought, yeah, it'd be nice to, you know, like announce it and tickets sell well, but like it's just gone through the roof. We had to put in extra gigs. People were disappointed they couldn't get tickets. And so we're doing three Olympias and 3 Vicar Streets, and then we put on a show in the stadium. We put at the last minute because people were so disappointed. So there's some tickets left for that. And actually, Róisín, my daughter, is going to be doing support, opening the show there. So that'll be a nice night.
Those tickets could well be gone. They could well be gone, even just for that first song tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, you're talking there about over 40 years, you know, doing this professionally, over 50 years on stage. Was music always in the family from a young age?
Yeah, it was. I think everybody knows the Black family at this stage. If you were Irish, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't miss it. But yeah, we were brought up in inner city Dublin. There was 3 brothers and Frances, my sister. And, you know, we just grew up singing and playing. And my father played fiddle. He was from Rathlin Island in Antrim. And mother was from inner city Dublin as well. She loved to sing. So it just was a normal thing in our house. I thought every house was like that, you know, instruments lying around and a session on a Sunday afternoon. And yeah, and I suppose it just developed from that, you know.
For your family, you know, music was part of your family. You know, for our family and so many other families, your music was so much part of our families growing up. I mean, No Frontiers. I mean, it was illegal not to have that album here in Ireland. I mean, were you surprised by, you know, how that took off so quick?
Yeah, I was. Now, No Frontiers was the album that kind of opened doors for us outside of Ireland, if you like, because at that stage I had a good following here. And there's a strange story that this guy from Curb Records in America, who are a big company, they're kind of more country music, but he was in his car and driving in LA, and he had the radio on, and he had public radio on, and someone played No Frontiers, the song. And he had to pull in, stopped the traffic, pulled in, rang the station because he didn't catch the name before, you know, the introduction.
Brilliant.
So he found out who I was, where I was, and he was in Dublin the following week.
No way.
Yeah, he wanted to nail it was the word. He was told to nail it when he arrived, so he nailed it. So that was the start for America. We toured America twice a year after that. We... you know, we got a deal in King Records in Japan, Australia, all over Europe.
There's this lovely thing about, was there a hi-fi firm in Japan? This is how good your voice is. What did they used to do?
There was a hi-fi, they used to use songs from the No Frontiers album because they loved the pure sound that it was. Not just my voice, the general sound. And... you know, they used it to test hi-fi. To test
material. The hi-fis, to see which one had the best sound. They used Mary Black's voice to work it out. I mean, this is just amazing.
That was amazing, yeah.
So from there, you had another very small album called A Woman's Heart. Oh, I mean, that was just...
That was a small album at the time. I mean,
really?
There was no big plan for that album whatsoever. Somebody came up to me and Joe and said... I think they had a label that they had other artists on. We said, well, bring a little compilation out. And it was looking more and more like women. And I said, why don't you leave it all women then? And I know Eleanor McAvoy has a great song. She was playing with me in the band at the time. And she was singing these songs backstage. And Woman's Heart was one I heard. And I thought, that'd be perfect, an all-woman album. And, you know, they said, oh, well, Eleanor hasn't really recorded anything. She wasn't that well known. They wanted sort of more established artists. So I said, well, I'll sing it with her. And we went in one night, late at night, recorded in 3 or 4 hours. Bill, my guitar player, played on it. And the song itself took off. That was I suppose it was the flagship of the album. But I mean, the talent back then too, you know, people like Dolores and Shannon Moore O'Connell, Frances, my sister, and Eleanor. You know, we were a great bunch of women out there doing it, you know, and the music was good.
You mentioned Dolores Keane there, who we lost during the week. I know you have a lot
Big
of
shock.
fond memories of her being on the
Oh,
road
yeah,
and
yeah.
getting each other through.
Yes, yeah. See, I joined Danann back in 1985. And, you know, Dolores had been in the band and then she had moved to England. But she came back into the band when I was there. So we had a glorious 2 years almost of touring with Danann and Dolores in the band. And we both had young kids at home. Danny was only about, I remember one particular tour, he was only about 3 or 4 months old.
Wow,
I had committed to the tour and it was
tough.
hard.
That is tough.
And Connor, the eldest, he was only 3.5 or something. So Dolores had a little boy as well. So we kind of propped each other up a good bit, you know. But she would always be there for me when I was feeling a bit down. I remember there's one story she reminded me of more recently. She said, "Do you remember that night we were staying at a hotel? We used to share a room, you know, and it was in America or somewhere." And she said, "I knew you were in bad form. I knew you were upset." And I turned the lights off and I sat up right in the bed. And she said to me, "What's wrong, Loveen? You know, what's wrong, Mary?" And I said, "I can't see Danny's face." And that was a killer. And she just put her arms around me and we cried, you know, and she cried because she was missing her Joseph as well. So, you know, it was hard, but there were great times as well. I mean, we laughed, me and Dolores. God, did we laugh. It was just, you know, she's so funny, super. I mean, her presence on stage was huge when she opened her mouth to sing. I mean, people were transfixed. And that was something that was special to me as well. And I learned a lot from Dolores in those early days. But she was funny. She made me laugh. You know, and it's a big loss. It's a big loss. I went down to the family yesterday in Galway and I met, the family, the brothers, sisters, her daughter and son, and they're devastated. It's so sad. Big loss to this country and to music.
A huge loss and so many lovely tributes to her this week.
Yeah.
We have an amazing clip here, which is Dolores and yourself and Emmylou Harris.
Oh, right, yeah.
This is just absolutely gorgeous and all of you together. There's no better tribute than this.
Sonny, don't go away. I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, never comes home. Nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, not all that strong. Sonny,
That was in Nashville.
yeah. That was a thing that Philip King had organised, a thing called Bring It All Back Home, and a group of Irish musicians went to Nashville and we intermingled with brilliant American musicians like John Prine, Richard Thompson, Emmylou, of course, and lots more. And it was an incredible week of music, incredible. But what a lovely thing to have there.
I mean, just looking at you guys there and you're talking about a woman's heart and, you know, the women on that tour blazing a trail for female artists. Were you aware of that at the time?
I wasn't fully aware of it. I realised afterwards that there was a lot of young women who did come to me and say, "You inspired me to go and you know, do music or sing or write or, you know, or even just to follow their dream, you know, because I suppose I was coming out of a time when, you know, music was still very much dominated by males and it was tougher to make, you know, to be a woman on the road and be the front person, you know. In Ireland, it wasn't so much. I mean, you only had to look at that group of women in Women's Heart there, you know, that there were women doing it, you know, here. But I don't know how much it was happening in other places, you know, so it was nice.
Whenever you see the next generation, people like CMAT singing your songs,
Yeah.
do you get a kick out of that?
Oh, it's really funny. I was at the awards. I was at the Choice Awards last week, just went with Róisín, and I've seen that won Best Artist and Best Album, and I was amazed by her. Her voice is just incredible. But afterwards, I was getting into bed. I went home afterwards, and a friend of mine who was hanging around later met CMAT, and she said, "Oh, Mary Black was hoping to meet you." Mary Black!
I get this video of CMAT singing Katie down to me at 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm in bed. And it was just so lovely to think that she said, oh, all my family know all your songs. We sing them at sessions. And, you know, it was just amazing to see that, you know. Yeah.
I mean, you know, all of that new generation, you know, they're huge fans. You've worked with them all over the years. One of my favourite stories is you ended up working with the comedian Steve Martin. How did that happen?
Oh, yeah. Well, Steve just contacted me again. He would have heard my music and...
because he's a bluegrass picker, isn't he?
He plays banjo, five-string banjo, and he's very into music. And he wrote all the music on that album, an album called... I'm trying to think of it now.
This was an album that he was doing and he wanted you to fly to America.
Yes, he said to me, I had just come back from America, and he said, if you fly out, could you just record this song? It's the title track of the album. And I just turned and I said, I can't face another flight out. I've just come back. I'm exhausted and I didn't want to leave the kids again. So he said, don't worry, we'll fly in. We're flying in, and the following weekend, he flew in his private jet with his engineer and another musician friend, and we set it up in the studio, a studio that I use all the time, Bill Shanley's studio. And so he was ahead of me, and I remember he said to my producer, gosh, I'm really nervous meeting her. And I'm thinking, what? But it was lovely, and that album went on to get a Grammy, so it's the closest thing I ever got to a Grammy. So yeah, we went for a great session afterwards. That's what happened. We went to the to the
Cobblestone.
Yeah, the Cobblestone. It's a great place for music. And he slipped in. He had a hat on and sat in with all the musicians and pipers and banjos and fiddles, and we had a great night. And he had to. He was like you know, Cinderella running for
off he went.
He ran out the door because his flight had to leave at a certain time. His private jet.
Well, look, he didn't get that, his private jet. Well, look, he didn't get that Grammy without you. And whenever he knew that you were on the show tonight, he wanted to send you this little message.
Lovely.
Have a look at this.
Oh.
Hi, Mary Black. Hi, Late Late Show. And hello, Ireland. It's Steve Martin here, just saying my tribute to Mary Black, whose music has been so important to me my whole life. It made me love Irish music. It made me love that sound. When I hear Colcannon, I cry. When I hear Song for Ireland, I cry. And I'm only this much Irish, so I don't know how that works. It just must be the emotion in the voice. And I even wrote a song and asked Mary to sing it on a record, and she did. And we flew over, and we recorded the song. And afterwards, we went to a bar, and Mary spontaneously sang Song for Ireland and shut down the pub. It went to total silence. I even used one of the Black Family songs in one of my movies I did, song for A Simple Twist of Fate, and it was called Wheel the Perambulator, which is, you know, an unlikely song to have in a movie, but it worked beautifully. So, Mary, I'm just saying, I salute you, I love you, and thank you for your great career.
You see?
Oh, it's amazing. And, you know, because I always admired his work. And I found him so funny too, like, you know, in some of those movies. But I never knew he was a musician myself until he contacted me. So it was all new to me. And we had a great time. We really did. In the short time we were together, we had a great time. Well,
look, it's clear that Steve thinks a lot of you. We think so much of you here. And the good news is that Mary Black is going to be staying with us. Welcome back to the Late Late Show. The Queen of Irish folk, Mary Black, is still with us. And as we celebrate a career that has brought audiences of all ages together for over 40 years, we're joined by two performers from the next generation who couldn't be more inspired by you, Mary. Let's say hello to two of your three kids. We have Róisín and Danny O'Reilly. Danny, meet Mary. Róisín. This is so cool. Róisín, let's start with you. When did you realise what a big deal this woman was?
It's tough to say, really. She's always been a big deal. I think when Danny and Connor were younger, they grew up when she wasn't as well known. But by the time I came along, it was no frontiers, and it was walking down Grafton Street and getting stopped. And I'd say there was a point when I was about 3 or 4. It was before I was in school. Mum, you were giving a talk to like a group of like school students, and you took me along, and I remember being in the crowd and all these kids, you were giving a speech or something, I can't even remember what it was. Yeah. All the kids were like looking up like, oh my God, really impressed. And I was like, oh my God, these kids think my mom is cool, like, you know. So I was so bold as brass back then. I just walked up on stage and held your hand, just in the way to say, this is my mom, just so you know.
There we go. Look,
and so a photographer snapped the photo of it, yeah. And that photo's been in our bathroom for years.
Look at the look. The look is so cute. That is just super mom right there,
Very
isn't it?
Very proud, yeah.
And as the only girl, were you given special treatment then in the house?
I think so.
Or is that a question for Danny?
Well, she was the baby as well.
Yeah.
And things, you know, I could bring her on tour a bit more because I could afford to get someone who'd look after her, and I was on stage and stuff. So she did get more trips than the poor boys.
Yeah.
And Connor's down there, he didn't get much of a look in either. Róisín got a bit spoiled.
I did. I was lucky, but like when I was left at home, you know, I was the only girl, so I think she felt bad, so she'd take me out of school, and I was only young, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, you were
really.
younger. These were getting a bit old to be taking them out of school. That's the problem.
We couldn't miss the football as well.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you know, Guy came first.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and people always say to me, oh, it's like your mum must have pushed you into the music, like, but you know, my mum would be more asking me about how's the football going and how are you playing, and you know, my dad would be going, are you writing any songs, you know? So it was sort of, we had that growing up as well, and the best of both worlds. It was great fun, you know. Even backstage we were watching there, and someone in the green room was asking me, God, your mum was away when you were 3 months old, but like we had a great life, and we loved it, and then when she was home, she was fully in mam mode.
I did everything.
She'd be cooking and dropping us to school and everything, and you know, so we had the best of both worlds, and we got to grow up and see her perform and see her career, you know, so it was amazing.
Yeah. And in those early days, Danny, I believe you were also doing a bit of PR for your mum, is that right?
Yeah. I was like, well, I still am. Like, people come to the Corona shows all over the world now and will come up to me and say, you know, I grew up listening to your mother. And I go, no, I actually grew up listening to her. It was get out of bed, clean your room, you know, all the normal mammy things.
You grew up not listening to your mother.
Yeah, exactly, trying to ignore it. But when I was in school, I remember I must have been about fifth or sixth class, and the word started to spread, obviously, around the other kids' parents or whatever. And the next thing, I was being asked for Mary Black autographs, because this was before selfies or any of that. So my mom would be signing, like she had these pictures of herself, and I'd be getting, like, I need another 5 today, Mom. And I'd be handing them out in school, like, you know.
You should have been charged.
I should have been charged, yeah.
I remember Connor saying to me one time, I was picking him up from school, and he says, Mom, when you're picking me up, will you not wear the leather jacket and your sunglasses? Because he was mortified. All the other mothers weren't wearing that sort of thing. So
enough of the rock and roll man.
No, he was mortified.
I mean, the music obviously was a huge influence in the house, Róisín.
Yeah, massive.
And was it always something that was, you know, going to come your way?
It's tough to know. Like, people say, oh, it must have been such a mad upbringing, but for us it was the norm. We didn't know anything else. And I do think growing up around the Black family, you know, everyone had their party piece, no matter what age, young or old. And it was something I always loved. And Mum and Dad, they always encouraged us, you know, to sing and to do it if we wanted to do it. But at the same time, it was, once we got older, and particularly me and Danny started thinking about doing it seriously, it was always that, well, maybe you should get a degree first, you know, and which we did. And there was always sort of, you know, it doesn't matter how much talent you have, it's about luck, and it's about, you know, the luck of the draw sometimes. So we were, you know, they gave us the best of both worlds in encouraging us. They told us how hard it would be, but I think they knew once how much we loved it, that there wasn't any stopping us.
Once you have a passion for it, it's something you have to do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
I think I always say in more recent years, I noticed that, like, when my mum and dad would be at home, they'd be talking about what's going on in your career, or when the next gig is, or how the album is selling, or, you know. And subconsciously, I could see that you were really enjoying it. Like, it's not like work. It was be chatting around the kitchen table of what's going on, what's the next gig, and this is selling well or whatever. And I'd say subconsciously that definitely was ingrained in us, going, that looks like a fun job. And also, she was really encouraging. Like, I always tell the early story of when I started playing guitar, and Connor, my brother, was much better than me at guitar, and I wanted to give up, and my mum had to bribe me, and she paid me to do the guitar lessons, £5 a week to stick with it. And
I said, if you want to stop after the end of the year, you can stop.
But finish the year.
But finish the year. And by that stage, he had come on leaps and bounds.
And once you get over that little hump,
hard part,
it became easier. And you also you were always, and still are, very encouraging to write our own music as well, which I think, you know...
Well, I kept telling him that's where the money was, you know what I mean? Write your own songs, that's where the money is.
Well, look,
Get 20 cents for Addicted to Progress being played there by the house band on the walk-in,
Róisín, you are going to sing for us tonight. What are you going to sing?
This is a song, actually, I just released, and I wrote it about a year or so ago. Myself and Mum and Danny were invited into the hospice to sing at Christmas and Like the Trees. And when we first went in, I was just so blown away that day by how amazing Mam was. She was like in like a light, like shaking hands with all the older people and telling stories about the old days. Me and Danny were sort of like deer in headlights, you know, and she's just so in her element. And I started writing a song about that, and then it became a song about growing up with a working mum and how that was really hard, but how amazing it was when she came home to Westfield Road, back home to Ireland, and yeah, just how great she is, really.
Okay, well, look, this is a song all about you, Mary. Róisín is going to sing it now. If you want to head over there
sure.
and get yourself ready. While Róisín does that, Mary, I can see by the look in your eye you're proud of all three of them. How proud are you of these guys?
Yeah, and my two granddaughters are down there too.
They are indeed.
Yeah, Bonnie and Fia.
Yeah, give us a wave there, girls. There you are. Fantastic.
Connor plays a little bit as well, but he wouldn't be one for stepping up on a stage and playing, you know. He always was, he's a good guitar player, great bass player. He played on some of my tracks. And Fia is a great singer. And Bonnie loves music as well. That's her favourite subject in school. So it's going on down to the generations.
It's been passed down, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, I think Róisín is almost ready to go here. So, performing Magic for her mother, Mary Black, would you please welcome Róisín O.
The room was loud with the hum of people staring, hoping their faces that we make this day worth bearing. I stand awkward, suddenly unsure of what I'm saying. My brother next to me, for once feeling the same. Oh, but Mary works her magic in this place. She's full of grace. I turn around and she's already sat down next to her pal Billy, sharing stories of old Charming Street with him and Marguerite, who knows her sister from the work she does for Ireland and this city. And she's so proud, and you can see it on her face. And every person there is warmed by her embrace. She is magic in this place. She is magic in this place. And as a child, there were times I missed her dearly. She'd say, tug on your heartstring and I'll always know you're near me. But our house always felt lonelier without her in it. My brothers teased me, but I know they felt the same. Oh, but Mary worked her magic in that place. She ran the race just like all those strong young mothers, working hard to feed their young ones, even though it hurt her desperately each time she had to leave. My favorite memories are of her coming back home to Ireland, home to Westfield, with 12 good men and her steering the ship. Oh, but Mary worked her magic in each place. She ran the race, the crowds are cheering every city, singing Sonny, Babes, and Katie. So much for a girl from Jarman Street in 2 rooms with no heat. And now she's known for all the songs she sings for Ireland and this city. And I am so proud, and you can see it on my face. 'Cause all who hear her voice are lost in her embrace. She is magic in this place. She is magic in this place. Ooh, all who hear her voice are lost in her embrace. She is magic in this place.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Just wow. That was absolutely magic. We were all hooked on that, sitting beside this woman, watching you do that. It
Oh,
was
thank
so,
you.
so special.
Thank you. It's hard to do it there when she's looking at me. I get emotional
No,
myself.
I know, I could see that. I mean, what is it like for both of you guys now that she's going to be hanging the mic up?
It's strange, yeah, it's bittersweet,
Yeah,
isn't it?
It is. I think it's sad. Like, for me, you know, I have my little 5-month-old at home, and she's not going to see my mum up on stage, you know, when she gets older. There's loads of amazing
One of the
footage.
gigs this year.
Yeah, we'll get her into one of the gigs before we go.
Back
She'll
and
have to do it with me and Danny. But like Bonnie and Fia have seen her on stage and seen that part of her. And it's amazing to see it. Like, you know, I always say when people say, you know, as a woman getting into the industry like this, if you can see it, you can be it. And, you know, she has made that for me, you know, to be able to come into this career and feel like I could do it. It's easy when I have a mom like her, you know.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, look, Mary, it's not just the family that want to pay tribute to you tonight. We also have some other people who have sent some messages. If you would take a little look at this.
Oh, Mary, thank you for all you have done for all of us, for your talent, for sharing your talent, for the inspiration, for trailblazing for women. I'm lucky that I got to record you and to hug you and to know you. You're funny as hell, and I wish you all the best. I hope to see you soon. And thank you, Gur Mila Mogul, for all you've done.
Hello to Mary and Joe from Janice and Pat here in Florida. Hello, my dear. I hear you're retiring, not going to be on the stage anymore. I know how that feels, as you well know. You deserve every award in the world, my dear. Have a wonderful time, and we hope to see you and Joe soon. Big love from our home to yours.
A huge congratulations to you, Mary, on the great honour of the tribute tonight on The Late Late. It's so well deserved. And I hope you can understand or realise the huge impact that you've had on so many people, including myself, over the years. You're an absolute legend, Mary, and a trailblazer. So thank you for that. So enjoy the tour, Mary. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But more importantly, enjoy the break as well. So thank you for the music. Thank you for all those legendary recordings. And thank you for your precious friendship, Mary. And it's so much appreciated.
There you go. See? Imelda May, Sharon Shannon, Sharon Shannon's dog, they all want to get in on it. They all want to get in on it. You know, as you approach, you know, these final dates, I know you probably don't want to think about this moment, but the last gig, that last bow, how is that going to feel?
That's a thought that came into my head, and that was the first time I allowed myself, well, that I actually really felt emotional before it even happening. it is going to be very emotional. The band I have are amazing. Pat Crowley, who's my piano player since 1985, that's over 40 years. Bill is with me over 30 years. And the rest of the band, we're like a family. This is another family that I'm going to actually be leaving, you know, at the end of this tour. And that's very tough. And all my crew are amazing. Like, it's not just, like, there's so much goes into a Mary Black concert. It's not just me. And they keep me up and make me sound better than I am. And they're brilliant musicians, and I'm going to miss them very much. And of course, the people as well. Like, I have made friends with a lot of my fans. They start off being a fan, and I mean, eventually one of my fans, I remember Vonnie, God love her, she died there a couple of years back. She stayed in my house and she cooked up for us. She's from Indonesia originally and she's living in Germany. Huge fan. She said I got her through a cancer and that the music is great healing, and a lot of people come to me saying things like that. But Vonnie became a really good friend, and they'd say, "Oh, Vonnie's coming to stage tonight. Great, got a lovely food, you know," because she'd make all this fabulous Indonesian food. And yeah, with so many friends, you know, fans have become friends. Yeah.
Well, look, you are going to sing one more time for us, but before that, we would just like to say that on behalf of everybody here at the Late Late Show and all of your devoted friends, thank you so much for the music that has been the soundtrack to so many of our lives. And in good times and in bad times, your music has been there for us. We want to thank you for that. And before you sail into the sunset, Mary, we want you to know that in a week where we have been celebrating the best of Irish, you are the best of that, and you are the best of us, Mary.
Thank you so much, Paddy.
So we would like to present you tonight with this, our Late Late Show Legend Award.
Wow.
Mary.
Oh my God!
Thank you so much.
I didn't think you had a Legend Award.
We got only for legends. Only for legends.
Legends, yeah.
There you go.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much. I think Róisín's going to sing with me on this next song, aren't you?
Yeah, okay. Well,
this
look,
is amazing.
I'll mind that for you.
Mind that
if
for
we
me.
want to just leave that there for a wee second. If you guys want to go and get yourselves ready. While Mary is getting ready with the Róisín, I can tell you that Mary's Slán tour is almost completely sold out. Though if you're really quick, there might be 1 or 2 tickets still available for the National Stadium in Dublin on May the 26th. Good luck with that. See ticketmaster.ie for more details, or quite possibly no details at all. And Mary's new album, this is so cool. Her triple album anthology. It is out today. Listen to it, read it. It is all in there. It is such a beautiful album with so many beautiful songs. And now, I can't quite believe I am saying this, but singing on the Late Late Show for the very last time with Carolina Rua, it's Mary Black.
Till you come to conclusions. Oh, Carolina Rua has handled my confusion. Waits for me to choose which quarter to bend in to. Susie make me blue, or the redhead I'm attending. Now Carolina Rua has my heart, and all I want to do is go down the winding road where my Carolina goes. Go down the crooked road where Carolina goes to school. But Carolina Rua, do you love me? Tell me true, or tell me oh, standing on 3 queens, thought the game was over. Then from the blue, Carolina's at my shoulder. Oh, laughter in her eyes, and a smile that touches all the guys. I'm down the winding road where my Carolina goes. Go down the crooked road where Carolina goes to school. Oh, Carolina Rua, do you love me? Tell me true, or tell me it'll be da 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 dee dum. ba-dee, da, ba-dee, da, ba-dee, da.